back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, hi, I'm Cora. Check out the description box below, which has links to all of my social accounts as well as my website, corashay.com, and then hit the subscribe button as well. And let's just jump into the video.
I can feel your heart pound beating like a kick drum. Love it when I'm this drunk. Ooh, yeah, like a firefly.
Which today is going to be creating my 2021 vision board with me, and it's going to be digital. We're going to do a digital vision board this year. Some years I do a traditional poster board style, some years I do digital, some years I do both. This year we're going all digital. I'm going to be using Canva.com. I'm going to be using the actual website on my laptop. There is also an app. The basic of everything on it is free. I do have the Pro plan, so I do pay a small fee monthly to have access to a little bit more on Canva. This is not sponsored. This is not anything like that. I just truly love using Canva. You do not need to pay for the Pro plan if you are just making a vision board, but if you do a lot of creative things, especially if you work in a creative industry, it's something I do recommend checking out the Pro plan. I definitely swear by it. I can do, that's a whole nother topic though. So just so you know, I'm using Canva, and I do have a Pro membership, but you do not need that to do this digital vision board. Like I said, we are going to be using Canva.com. There is also a mobile app if you prefer to make it on there. But we're going to go ahead and select the right size for the vision board. You can see right at the top there's a recommended section that has different general sizes and templates for you. We're going to go ahead and just select the one that says desktop wallpaper because I want my vision board to be the wallpaper on my computer. And it also shows you the sizes there for it. And then what defaults to kind of popping up on the screen is going to be a bunch of templates. We're not going to use a template for the vision board, but if you were ever interested in making a desktop wallpaper, you can absolutely use one of those templates. There's a ton of them are free, so that's super great. The first thing that we're going to do is head over to the very top right corner. You can kind of see it there. And there's a notes section, and I'm going to go through and add a little list of general ideas of things that I want to include that I've been thinking about for what I'm envisioning for 2021 and what I want to make sure that I include. Some of them are more specific items, like I want to have some home decor images, and some just kind of the general sense of calm and business and positive mental health. And so then I'm going to go ahead and save that so that I can go back through and refer to that if I'm wondering what else to include. I'm going to start by, for the travel element, looking at pictures of a couples on vacation because in 2021, I hope that everything becomes safe enough that I can go ahead and go on a vacation with my boyfriend. We haven't been on a vacation, just the two of us, in quite a while, since early 2018. And so that's something that I'm really hoping to put on there and kind of envision it and keep it on the forefront of my mind as soon as we are able to. I also definitely miss doing road trips, and so I wanted to include that on there for the travel element as well. I try to do images that don't actually have like the stock photo models' faces on them. Just, personal preference there. You can actually also use pictures of yourself previously if you want, but I like to use stock images for my vision boards. Next, I searched for laptop flat lay to kind of just get a business looking image. I don't actually put any of my specific goals for my business or career on here, but I like to include some pictures that kind of just put me in the right mood when I look at them and are pretty and inspirational, to just keep that as a forefront of my vision board and kind of my goals and ideas for 2021. Remember, it's very personal to you and what you want to include, and you can include a lot more specific details on your vision board if you want to. And then I'm going to check into my notes section here and delete any parts that I've already included. So far, I completely finished what I want to include for travel images. I'm not going to delete business goals yet because I think I want to do one more image related to that. So I'm going to leave that on there, and I'm going to try to see if I can figure out another image that kind of catches the vibe and the inspiration that I'm looking for in 2021 when it comes to business things. As you can see, I searched just the word desk in there, trying to figure out what I can see that would kind of match with what I'm going with here. Again, a lot of laptops, pretty flowers, that type of aesthetic. If you can't tell yet, I'm going for just a pretty neutral, warm-toned images. That's kind of the color palette I'm looking for 2021. And now that I've completed that, I deleted that line off of my notes section for business goals. Next, I'm going to kind of get to that general vibe of mental health here that I'm looking for in 2021. I'm going to select this image of the girl smiling next to the smiley balloon. I think that that represents a whole lot of things, and I've seen this image before, and I was specifically looking for it because I love it. I like the colors, I like the palette, and I like that it just reminds you to be as happy on the inside as you look on the outside is kind of the vibe I get from that one. And then I love this picture of this girl celebrating. It just reminds me what a quote I love that is just remember to celebrate your success, and that picture really reminds me of that. So I wanted to include that on my vision board as well. I didn't like how these two images next to each other were like the same color gray, so I went ahead and darkened that desk picture to the left of the celebrating girl picture just so that you can see a little bit more definition between the two. And you can adjust any of that by just clicking on an image and hitting adjust, and you can change a lot. Now, as you can see, I'm searching through pictures of living rooms. A big thing that I want to do in 2021 is start to get our home to look the way I want it to and really create a home that I want kind of more long term. We did purchase our first house in 2020, and now in 2021 I want to kind of get it situated. Obviously, I knew I wasn't going to be able to find like exact pictures that I wanted to use or model off of, and I don't believe in using people's images from a Pinterest that are like their own houses, because those aren't stock images that people can just freely use. Remember that, guys. So I went ahead, and that one just kind of has the general exposed brick look that I really like. And then I also grabbed an image of kind of this like dark but neutral bedroom, which I really like that. Just again, this isn't what I'm actually trying to model my house after. I'm just focusing on finding images that inspire me to work hard to create the home and decor that I actually really want to have. Now I'm going to go ahead and search for date night just for the relationship category. I know that so many other couples also struggled with not having consistent date nights in 2020 because of everything going on. And even if things continue on the same track with the pandemic in 2021, I really want to make date nights a much bigger priority. This image is just, them cheering 2 wine glasses. You can never go wrong with a wine at date night. And then I'm also searching for an image of calm. The pictures on Canva all are tagged by the people who post them on there. So I love that you can kind of put in my like feelings and still find images that match that. I chose this one because I love it. This girl is sitting all zen on the desk or on the table while the colleagues around are screaming and yelling and throwing papers. Just a reminder that no matter how crazy work or life gets, that I need to stay calm. And then also a reading image here. I love the color palettes of the book and what the lady is wearing on this picture, so I went ahead and chose that image, and that's just also because I really want to do more reading in 2021. Now I'm going to add a couple quotes on here. Do it for your future self is one that I am really working towards in 2021, just reminding myself of that daily, that my hard work, even if I don't see the results now, I'm doing it for my future self. I'm using the Moontime font. That is one of my favorite fonts on Canva, and it is a free font, so if you don't have the Canva Pro, don't worry, you can still use this really pretty font. And then I'm going to go ahead and find a element that I can use in the background so that you can actually see the words there. The term swatch comes up with a lot of these like paint swatch lines that I really like to use. And then as you can see there, I clicked on one that was actually popped up underneath it on Magic Recommendations. Magic Recommendations is something Canva does that is super helpful and super awesome. Can I use the word super more? And it kind of gives you ideas of similar elements that maybe you wouldn't have searched for that exact term. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in another little quote that I really like. And it's, you already have what it takes, reminding myself kind of the same general idea that I already am capable of achieving everything that I want. You just got to work towards it. I'm using the Apricots font, which is another font that I really like that is also free, so you don't have to worry about that. And then similar to the swatch element, I'm now searching for ripped paper, which I like to use as like a collage element as well. This one kind of almost looks like a sticky note, which I like. We're actually going to use a sticky note element later on, but it's not actually a sticky note element, so I think that that's really cute. And again, sticking with this kind of neutral, warm tone palette. And then, You'll see here I'm going to go over to the effects, and I'm going to add a white shadow to the background just because the brown ripped paper element and the black text don't quite pop enough, so I added that white in there. And then I'm going to add another quote with the same apricot font. I'm only going to be using 2 fonts throughout my vision board this time. And this is one that really got me through 2020, and I want to keep it the kind of the sentiment behind it going in 2021. And it says to be the woman you dream to be as a girl. Sometimes I'll say the variation of be the woman that you needed as a girl. Either way, I love the sentiment of that, of remembering what you needed and what you wanted as a child, and how can you be that woman now that you are a woman. I think that is a great sentiment for everyone to remember in 2021. And then I'm adding another ripped paper, kind of like a long linear one here, and I'm going to put it behind. I'm going to use a black color for the actual ripped paper, and then I used a white font on the same apricot font, but I switched it to white. And the final quote that I'm typing up for my vision board is to a reminder to make an income while making an impact. And I also used that Moontime font again on Canva. If you just go over to the fonts, you'll be able to see a section that says recently used, so you don't have to like research for the same font again if you had already used it on this project of yours. And I'm put it over by the lady who is staying calm in the chaos. And I put that quote over in that section, as well as kind of in the businessy celebrating section of the vision board, just as a reminder that it's really important to me to make a difference. And I think that if you are in an opportunity where your job has any ability for you to make the difference you want while also making an income, that is an incredible, wonderful, blessed situation to be in. And I want to just remind myself of that in 2021. And now I'm going to search for some washi tape elements. I'm not going to use that many this time. Some years I use a lot of washi tape elements. I didn't decide to use as many this year, but they have hundreds of options for every different color scheme or design you want. And they're good little filler pieces for your vision board, just to add a little more color and detail and design, make everything look a little bit more intentional. You can also just search collage elements, and then if you go to the little filter tool there and turn them to static so that the animated ones turn off, you can see just the ones that are actually like pictures. And they have so many different collage elements that you can use in your vision board to just add a little bit of details. I'm using a whole bunch of these just really neutral abstract ones to just fill it in a little bit more. You don't have to do this part, that's totally up to you. I like to add that part to my vision boards. I love graphic design and I love digital creations like this, so this is just something that personally I really enjoy. Again, you don't have to do this, it's totally up to you. But if you are looking for this and you want to see similar things, make sure to use the magic recommendations section. And don't be afraid to delete things if you don't like them, because that is the beauty of a digital vision board, that if you don't like something, you can just hit the delete button. You don't have to like rip tape off or glue or anything like that. And so I'm adding a couple more, again, sticking to that color palette that I really like for 2021. Using a lot of the magic recommendations, because honestly, like the system that they have for recommending similar elements is absolutely fantastic. I'm doing a little bit more details around those 2 highlighted quote areas. I don't know exactly how to refer to them, but you can see what I'm doing here, because I want to really make sure that there's a bit of a pop to those so that my eye gets drawn to them, so that they don't kind of get lost with all the images behind them. I'm going to add one more to the quote that says you already have what it takes as well. Kind of similar, but not the exact same type of background. The other one had like almost like a leopard pattern to it, and this one is just polka dots. And I'm choosing the color here that I would like, just sticking to that palette. Remember, you can position everything by using the position button, and you can either go forward or backward, which moves it 1 element, or 2 back or 2 front, moves it all the way to the front or the back. And then the last thing I'm going to add is typography. I wanted something inspirational, and I saw this Be Yourself one, and I really liked it. And then I'm going to choose a document color that already exists, so I don't have to choose an additional color. And you'll see here, I'm just going to kind of stick it on the bottom there. I think it looks really nice next to that happy balloon image that I really liked. And then I saw that it didn't kind of pop enough, it kind of blurred in there, so I wanted to add an element that could help
bring it to the front, and blob sounds like the funniest word to search on here, but it leads to these like cute little abstract but really soft lined elements, and I use these all the time. I know that's a weird word to search, but trust me, to search for it. And then I'm gonna lower the transparency so that I don't lose all of the image behind it. And then I realized that I actually wanted to go ahead and lower the transparency for that other element that I'd used as well, and I really liked the way that ended up looking. And then look at that, guys. We're basically done with it. I went ahead and named it so that it's 2021 Vision Board. You can just click on, it'll automatically name it to whatever the first thing you type in is.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this gave you a little inspiration for your 2021 vision board. I know that 2021 has a lot of uncertainties going on with it, and it can be hard to get that inspiration that you need to kind of envision how you want this year to go and how you want to improve as a person. And the vision board is a great way to help out with that. So I hope this gave you some of that little bit of inspiration there, and I hope that everyone has a safe and wonderful day. Bye.